No, give it. No.
You're breaking the rule.
I'm doing the right thing.
I'm the oldest and I'm in charge.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it. Just trust me. Hi, Mr. Everett.
Well, hey, it's Peggy, Mary Lou, and Bunny, my favorite family. What can I do you for?
How much to mail this to Denver? It has to get there fast.
Well, let me see. So how are you all getting along these days?
2 of the cows wouldn't get up this morning. I think it's milk fever.
But the other cows are fine. We've got plenty of milk and some real good cheese this week.
Well, I will just have to stop by and pick me up some. Did you want to send that first class?
Yes.
Okay, that'll be $5.78.
Is there a 6th class?
Let me see. How much you got?
$2.05.
By golly, that's gonna do it, and with 2 cents to spare. All done. Ought to be there by Friday. Thank you.
Bunny, give Mr. Everett your nickel.
Thank you. And this is for you.
Thank you. And can you please mark it fragile?
Will do. What do you got in here anyway?
Hope.
It's no secret, I don't care. Gonna shout it out everywhere. I love my baby, hot, cold, fast, and slow. I love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. In the evening, in my bed, I hear voices in my head. They say never, never, ever let her go. Love my baby, gonna tell everybody I know. Well, I love my baby, got to tell everybody I know. Other women don't mean a thing to me. You can pick them all up, drop them all in the sea. If I got no money, she don't care. She'll open up her pocketbook and pay my fare. No, she loves me. Up, down, high, low. I love my baby, got to tell everybody I know. I said it, love my baby, gonna tell all y'all that I know.
Yes.
Oh, I love this. I know just where this should go.
Oh, I believe it is already there.
Thought you liked antiques.
I do. True antiques have character and provenance.
Provenance?
A history, yes, a story, a pedigree. But junk is, well, just...
Trash waiting to be made into treasure. Trust me, this will look great on one of those blank walls that you keep staring at.
Oh, I don't see the point in decorating a temporary space.
Oliver, you're gonna have to face it sooner or later. Old DLO space is now the new online shipping room. We're not going back there.
Now, how did I have this before? Let's see.
Oh! How about here?
You want to hang it without anything in it?
Right. It's very avant-garde. Who's ever looking at it will see whatever they want to see.
I would like to see a picture in it.
You said you wanted to break out and try new things.
I did.
Yes, you did.
At least let me get it centered.
Ooh, did you know that 4 out of 5 post office brides marry outside of their own zip code?
Say, New World, Rita.
Believe it or not, there's nothing pending in the pending box, and all the bulk mail has been debulked, so it's looks like a light day.
Oh, well, I suggest we take an early lunch.
Oh, well, Ramon bought a new restaurant. It's very cool and very chic. It's called Bistro Ramon. We could go there.
What's the matter with the mailbox grill?
New horizons, Oliver. Just let me hang this, and then we can,
Perhaps we should measure first, and then we can find the...
Oh!
Find the stud.
Oh.
Huh. There's a new horizon.
Wow, what is this? Some sort of secret room?
I have no idea.
Looks like that water leak has gotten into everything.
I wonder if...
Oliver, there's undelivered mail here from 1999. All the zip codes are addressed to...
82474.
How did you know?
This is the lost mailbag of Harry Snap.
He's real? I always thought he was just a legend.
Yes.
Who's Harry Snap?
Harry was a mail carrier, something of a disagreeable loner who suddenly disappeared about 18 years ago.
Yeah, postal lore has it that he would spend his lunch hours hiding somewhere in this building, scratching off lottery tickets and entering magazine contests, and then one day he just didn't show up.
You may already be a winner.
Sounds like he finally hit the jackpot.
He never found his last delivery.
Well, till now. It's mostly just waterlogged right now, and, well, magazines and junk mail and the occasional. Oh! Oh! Wow. Antique porcelain vase. Oh. No, just the wall. Structural damage? Define damage?
Any sign of an address?
No, the postmark and address are gone.
Then we are now obligated to return it to the sender.
Senders, there's a partial return. Peggy, Mary Lou, and Bunny? Something County Road. Something.
Well, facilities and maintenance can have a crew here by the 13th.
Excellent.
Next year.
Well, then we shall take matters into our own hands. Norman, extraction kit, please. Careful, it's waterlogged and may disintegrate. Oh, Norman, handwriting?
It's dated 18 years ago and written with a fountain pen, but the handwriting is adolescent female, 10, maybe 11 years old.
Oh.
A child who values the written word. Well, why don't I start? Dear sir, I am sending you this vase because we really need to sell it. When I called you last year, you said you thought maybe it was worth some money, but you'd have to see it first. So here it is. You also said you would have to know how old it is and where we got it, and the whole story of it, so here it goes. We live on a farm. It is very hard work, and hardly anybody has a real farm anymore. But my mom says that's the way we've always done it, and that's why our milk is the best, and that nothing beats happy cows and hard work and hope. But that's where the vase comes in, because times are bad again, and we are almost out of hope now. We are a family of farmers. Our family has been raising cows and selling milk and making cheese for more than 100 years. The women in our family always have girls, and they all grow up to be farmers, except every once in a while, a girl gets born who just wants adventure. That was great-grandmother Betty.
When World War II started, Great-Grandma Betty left the farm and joined the Women's Army Corps. Everybody understood why Betty ran off to join the war. But all the women in our family are farm folk. And maybe they wander sometimes, but sooner or later, they all come home. When Betty went to war, she got married to an army captain. And the man who married them gave them this vase as a wedding present. She didn't bring her husband home. Just the vase and a baby. That baby was our Grandma Isabel. 5 generations have lived on this farm with this vase, and we all believed what Great-Grandma Betty had said, that the vase was probably worth a lot of money. She called it our just-in-case vase.
We could only sell it if we really, really didn't have a choice. But if we were the strong American women we were raised to be, we would always think of something else before it came to that. And we always did.
One year, we practically lost a whole herd of jerseys to a cow epidemic. Sometimes a bad year meant we just ate eggs and peanut butter and cans of soup so the cows could have hay. But they never sold the vase. Sometimes there were tornadoes and droughts and blizzards and floods. Sometimes we had to trade stuff away, but we never sold the vase. But 6 months ago, Daddy died in a tractor accident in the West pasture. And that's why we're in trouble now. Our mom and dad really, really loved each other. And
Our mom and dad really, really loved each other. And she's still so sad she can't get out of bed. And Peggy and I are trying to take care of Bunny and the cows and go to school and trade milk to pay the bills. Then last week, a lady came from the social services and asked where our mother was. We told her she was sleeping, and she said she'd be back next week. So if we can just sell the vase, we can pay the bills, and Mama will feel better before somebody comes to take us away. Well, that's all there is. I hope that there's still...
How old would she be now?
oh, about 28.
Ms. McInerney, would you do some research on 100-year-old family farms in the area?
Norman, let's clean up that mess and figure out what to do with the room. And Rita, will you take photographs of the vase and make a few copies and then lock that vase away in the safe?
Wherever the safe is now?
Got it.
No, if the vase truly is from Europe, then I doubt we'll be able to trace it back to some dairy farm in, I'm assuming, Colorado.
Well, if it was misaddressed and returned to sender, then Mary Lou would never have heard back from Dear Sir. So whoever Dear Sir is, I'm sure she, called him or wrote him again to try to track it down.
An art dealer, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
There can't be that many in Denver.
Oh, well, there's 87 in Denver proper. In Metro Denver,
Point taken, Rita. Then let's narrow that down to European porcelain specialists.
You guys remember my cousin Serge?
Serge? The one who entered a monastery in Minnesota?
Little Brothers of Perpetual Frost, yeah.
He's relevant to this conversation because
Because he has a twin, Igor, and he's the Associate Director of Decorative Arts at the Colorado Museum of Fine Arts.
He always really liked bowls and pots, and they got lots of pots there. Oh, look. He used it for, packing.
Persephone, 3/4 bucket, didn't drink, seems dehydrated. Venus wouldn't pasture. Penelope, Minerva, Electra. It seems like some sort of cow diary, I think. Oh, it says, see attached vet prescription. Well, maybe the name of the vet can help us locate the farm.
Second page is missing. It must have fallen apart, but though it looks like it was stuck together long enough for some impressions to get transferred. I might be able to pull something off of that if I had a bigger lab and a laser and a spectral imaging system, but the budget only approved a paper shredder this year.
Well, there must be some government agency to whom we can turn.
What about Dale at the State Division of Investigations?
Well, there's a thought.
She's still a special agent there, right?
A very special agent.
I'm gonna give her a call right now.
Do you really think it's a good idea for Oliver to be reaching out to Dale?
Oh, absolutely. And you go with him.
And she's really smart. She has a photographic memory. And she was Miss Special Delivery, and we like all the same things, the same music, and the same books, and everything.
So, when's the wedding?
Well, it's still pretty new. I haven't even met her family.
Just wait till they meet ours. Well, the style certainly seems to be 18th century Rococo. So it's either quite valuable or an excellent reproduction.
We're not actually interested in the value.
I am, kind of.
We're looking for an art dealer in the Denver area that might have specialized in 18th century porcelain and been interested in buying or selling something like this 18 years ago.
Well, there aren't a lot of those around here, but I can try to put a list together for you.
That would be great. Thank you very much.
Just a quick question. If we were interested in the value of the vase, what would be a ballpark figure?
Well, if it's genuine and it has a verifiable provenance, it could be worth a great deal.
500 or 600, maybe?
Oh, no. Not that much. 250, 300,000.
If Dale can help us out, perhaps I'll see another farm. I've only been to one. Once, when I was a Boy Scout. Rita?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I was just thinking about Dale.
Dale? I imagine she'll be back any minute.
You know, I always wondered if you two had been a thing.
A thing? Well, you know, we've always been good friends. There might have been a time where but she didn't. But then she, then I was, do you mind if we change the subject?
No, sure, okay. Oh, my parents are driving their RV out from Albuquerque to meet Norman today.
Really? Does Norman know?
No, it's short notice, and my parents are very spontaneous. And if I told Norman, he would get that tummy thing he gets, you know, when he's terrified.
Yes, unremitting convulsive stomach syndrome.
You know him so well. Anyways, I just thought if I didn't give him time to think about it, then he wouldn't have time to convulse.
It's very thoughtful, Rita.
Thank you.
So, spectral imaging is going to take 6 weeks. But I do have a friend in digital resonance who was able to pull a few words, antibiotics, appetite, nothing that helpful except a partial phone number.
Oh, wonderful.
And the prefix and area code matches Byers County.
Oh, well, that narrows it down at least.
Thank you very much.
Oh, so happy to help. How is Norman?
We're engaged.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congrats.
Thanks.
And how is Shane?
Well, things are good. She's good. Good.
I'll just meet you outside. Sure. Hi.
Oliver, it's okay to say it. You and Shane are...
Thing. An early thing.
I figured. And you know what? I'm really happy for you. I think you need somebody like Shane to shake you up a little.
You think I need shaking up?
Absolutely. Yes. You and I, we solve our problems by knowing where the lines are and following the rules. And Shane, well, she colors outside the lines. You know what I mean? But if you put the two together, you've got...
A mess.
Or maybe something beautiful.
Where's Rita?
Oh, she's on her way.
She stopped by the DLO to drop off a piece of evidence.
Evidence? So you really are like detectives.
Yes, but postal.
And you're Rita's boss.
Well, we're all more like colleagues. Miss McInerney and I, and Norman, and
What's the deal with Norm?
he's a good man and dear friend. I would trust him with my life, Mr. Haywood.
You can call me Bill.
Oh, I had an Uncle Bill, William O'Toole.
Well, Bill, short for Bilbo, you know, like in The Hobbit.
You have to add the goat's milk first, then the whey, and the cactus root.
I'm a little short on goat's milk. Almond milk.
Goats, almonds, they're all God's children, right?
So this is a popular cocktail in Albuquerque, you say?
Oh, yes. It's called an Area 51. You don't know what's in there, but one drink and you know something weird is going on.
Oh, and then I met Evelyn, Sonny, and we decided to change our names the summer of '69. Everything changed. '69.
How is it you came to choose the name Sonny, Mrs. Haywood?
Well, we met during the summer of love in '67 when I was Evelyn, and for a while I was Mystic Harmony. And in '69 we went to Woodstock, and it rained and rained, and we didn't see blue skies for days. And finally, Billy said one morning, "The only sunrise we're going to see today is the sun in your eyes." And I became Sunrise.
Sunrise. Sunny. That's wonderful.
You see, now there really is a sunrise in there.
Take it.
Oh,
See that little?
Yeah, well, all right. See a little gold fleck right there?
see?
Yeah, here, look. See?
Norman! Oliver, you're never gonna guess how much the...
I want you to meet my parents.
Oh, you're just so adorable. What I can see of you.
I'm really sorry that I blended your glasses, Mrs. Haywood.
Hey, Sonny, they got the birds on here. Beetles, the monkeys, the turtles, the animals.
All the musical species of the 60s.
Is that a joke?
Maybe.
So, you're from New Mexico?
Land of Enchantment.
Yeah, and some enchanting land developer wants to turn our RV park into Wally's wacky waffle world.
You know, we're so thrilled for Norman and Rita.
Norman actually reminds me of a small woodland creature.
Thank you.
All right, so I found a glasses place down the street that's open till 5.
Oh, perfect. Daddy, let me see the ring.
Oh, the ring that Norman got me?
Well, who else would give you one?
Right. Well, he hasn't given me it yet.
I have it. Well, I bought it. I just, I put it in my pants. I mean, I put it in my pant pocket, and then I changed my pants when I went to see Rita to give it to her. And then when I got home, I was so happy, I forgot, and I sent all my pants to the laundry the next day. Well, not all my pants.
We've contacted the laundry service, and there's been a rather extensive search over the last few weeks.
So, it's lost.
No. We're fairly certain that it's somewhere at Tony's Tip Top Cleaners.
Yeah, I go there a lot to look around.
Norman's described it to me, Daddy, and it sounds very beautiful.
It's in the shape of an owl.
An owl? Oh, how precious. Honey, you always loved owls. Billy, hasn't she always loved owls?
Yes.
Will you excuse me a moment? I have to walk around a little.
Of course, darling. Is he okay?
Yeah, it's just usually he's a little more...
Engaging. He just...
Sometimes when he's surprised, he gets the irks.
Irks?
Unremitting convulsive stomach syndrome.
You're marrying a guy who convulses?
Hey, what's that?
Oh, nothing. Come on, Sonny, let's go order your glasses. Come on.
We'll see you later.
This way, this way.
Maybe I should have given Norman a little more notice.
Oh, I don't think you could have prepared anyone for this, Rita.
Jane McInerney? Yes, hi. Okay. Can you send those to me? Great, thanks. Thanks so much, Igor. Well, Norman's cousin has some leads for us.
Ooh, great.
We have one more left on the street.
So this is the vase. Wow. No wonder she wanted it back. Way back in '99 or so, my dad started getting calls and letters from this little girl who said that she'd sent us a vase to sell. Dad didn't know anything about it, but she swore she sent it. Looks like it got lost in the mail after all.
We are trying to correct that.
He said she'd call every week, and then every month, and then every couple of years till the calls just kind of stopped.
Did she ever leave a number?
Actually, yeah. And Dad kept it pinned up behind the counter forever, but when I took this place over, I sort of cleaned house.
We have a partial phone number from the same area. Is there any chance that you might remember the area code or the prefix?
Probably not. It was up there for so long, it was just kind of part of the wallpaper, you know. Wait, isn't this the area code for Byers County?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Edgewood's in Byers County, isn't it?
Edgewood, yes.
Okay, because I do remember my dad saying that kid from Edgewood called again. Does that help?
Very much.
I'd really like to know how a kid from Edgewood managed to get a hold of something like that.
Well, all we can tell you is that it had a very loving home.
Well, take good care of that vase. It probably belongs in a museum. And if you do find the owner, and she is still interested, we'll buy that in a New York minute.
My dad's coming in today to see what we can do about that room you smashed your way into.
Don't you mean the room into which I smashed my way? Or have I finally broken you down and ruined your love affair with the English language?
I can't imagine you ruining anything.
Anyway, Rita's parents are dropping by today, so that's perfect.
What is perfect?
Did you notice yesterday Mr. Haywood had a present that he wanted to give, and then after he met Norman, he decided not to give it? Mr. Haywood doesn't like Norman.
Well, everyone likes Norman.
Norman isn't engaged to everyone's daughter, just Bill's. And every father wants what's best for their daughter.
Norman is the best.
Norman's what's best for Rita because he gets her and Rita gets him. But Mr. Haywood doesn't get that because he doesn't get Norman, and he's not going to get that without help. So I have an idea.
Perfect. Yes, may I speak with the postmaster, please? Oh, yes, I'm calling from the USPS DLO in Denver. May I ask how long you've worked at the Edgewood branch?
And this is the unattached objects area where the contents have become separated from their address and they require special handling.
Oh, yeah. Norman is very good at special handling.
Is that a guitar?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't believe what people put in the mail with just the stamp. Coconuts, bricks. Oh, Norman even delivered a giant bear once.
Oh, stuffed. I really missed that bear.
Good news. We may have a lead on our dairy farm. The Edgewood postmaster is expecting us at 2.
Wonderful.
Oh, did you know that Edgewood, Colorado is the site of the smallest museum in the state? The International Museum of Barbed Wire. 16 square feet, well worth the drive.
Rita, how far would that drive be?
Oh, 87.5 miles without the toll roads.
There isn't much we could do around here without Rita. Where did she get her photographic memory?
Well, her grandmother memorized the entire 1972 federal tax code. So I guess it runs in the family.
Do you like kids, Norman?
Oh, yes. I was one once. I liked it.
Is there any insanity in your family, Norman?
Anybody here? Cleanup committee has arrived.
Mr. O'Toole.
Hey.
Welcome. Welcome. Oh, Rita's weird hippie parents are visiting. And Norman broke her mother's glasses, and her father doesn't like him now.
Got it. Dad, these are Rita's parents, Sonny and Bill Haywood. This is Joseph O'Toole.
Oh. Just call me Joe. And Sonny.
Lovely to meet you.
Same here. Congratulations. When I heard the news about these two, I gotta tell you, Hey, Hendrix, were you at that concert?
Front row.
No kidding, me too.
For heaven's sakes, you're practically family.
Can you handle a drill, Bill?
I build furniture in Albuquerque, yes.
I weave. I'm a weaver.
Well, perfect. What do you say we old peaceniks show these kids how it's done, if you got a little time? Norman, why don't you just tell us where you want us to start?
Oh, well, I thought we could clean up the new room and turn it into a nice office for Rita.
Excellent idea, Norman.
Brilliant.
And maybe a meditation space.
And I'm thinking a waterfall of hanging beads. Divide the space up.
Oliver would love that.
Well, I think we have a plan. Rita, do you mind if I steal your folks for a while?
Ooh, please. I mean, of course, of course.
Great. You guys go deliver something. We got this. Here, follow me.
Okay.
This way. Yeah.
They're so great, aren't they?
Here it is right here. Sign there, and yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Everett.
Ah, I'm guessing you must be Mr. O'Toole.
Yes, and these are my associates.
What can I do you for?
Well, we are attempting to deliver an object that may have shipped from this office 18 years ago.
Oh, I can hardly remember what we shipped yesterday. Do you know who shipped it? It's a small community. I don't forget my neighbors.
We only have first names. Peggy, Mary Lou.
And Bunny. Yeah, the Kelzer family.
Oh, you know them?
Been around forever.
Are they still a family?
Yeah, the family's down on Candy Road, 119. Can't miss it.
And they still live on the farm?
Well, at least until Saturday.
Hello?
Hello?
Wow. Oh, Colorado Camembert. Let's try that.
Cool. Oh, Norman, look.
Yeah, it's like being here 100 years ago.
Seems like your kind of place.
Are you guys going steady?
Oh.
We are. We're engaged. Can I see your ring?
That's a long story. I put the ring in my pocket and then I lost it.
Is there a hole?
A what?
I had chicken feed in my pocket one time, but there was a hole in my pocket and the seeds went all over the floor.
Oh. Huh.
Want to see the cows?
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you know, we would love to, but we really need to talk to your mom.
My mom drove to the drugstore, but she'll be right back. You can meet Aunt Bunny. She is right on the way to the cows.
Oh. Good.
Well, we'll just stay here and wait for your mom. What did you say her name was again?
Peggy. I'm Abby.
Great. Okay.
And this is Sookie. She is very stubborn. She likes to be milked last. And Arabelle is always wandering off. Polly's really sweet, but she has to be the first one out of the parlor or she'll stay in there all night.
Wait, you allow Polly to sleep in your living room?
No, silly. The parlor is where the cows get milked.
Silly.
You can pet her if you want.
Careful of your foot there.
That's all right. There's Aunt Bunny. Race to the farmhouse.
I am very proud of you. I know that wasn't easy, and all you want to do is wash your hands right now, right?
Was that obvious?
No. I just know you that well.
Ms. McInerney, would you like to go steady with me?
Oh, why, Mr. O'Toole, this is all so very sudden. Oh, you're serious?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean, well, I told Dale we were a thing.
A thing? Is that different than going steady?
I'm not sure. Maybe you have to be a thing first, then steadily continue being a thing to subsequently qualify it as steady.
What does steady actually mean?
Oh, you know, it's...
No, I don't, because I live here in the 21st century.
It's like the wall you knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we were over here being friends, and now we are over here being more than friends, and I don't know what to call that.
Progress.
Shall we go meet Aunt Bunny?
I think we shall.
Oh. Watch out.
Thank you.
And Bunny says you can sit on the porch and she'll make some lemonade. I'll go get your friends. Oh, I forgot to mention that Polly likes to hear music when she has her babies, so don't forget to sing to her.
Oh, no. She thinks we're here to buy the place. Listen to that. This must be what heaven is like.
I hope not. It's too much work.
Oh my goodness. Hello.
You must be Abby's grandmother.
That's right. Kim Kelzer. Abby says your name is O'Toole?
Yes, Oliver O'Toole. This is Ms. McInerney. I'm afraid your granddaughter thinks we're here about the sale of your farm, but we're not.
Oh. Well, actually, that's a breath of fresh air. What brings you here, then?
Well, we are from the Dead Letter Office of the U.S. Postal Service. We found something your children may have mailed to a Denver art dealer 18 years ago.
The vase?
Yes. It is safe and in good condition. We just have a few details we need to clear up first.
Do you believe in God, Mr. O'Toole?
I do.
Good, because you just might be the answer to our prayers. Apparently, they'd sent the vase to an art dealer Mary Lou had found in the phone book. It took a lot of courage for them to admit what they'd done. But Mary Lou took the blame. And all she said in her defense was that she was trying to save the family. And that's the day I got out of bed, I got my act together, and I never looked back. I never cared if I ever saw that vase again, until now.
Because we have to move.
I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but if there was ever a time I was tempted to sell that vase, it would have been now. But I didn't have it to sell. And then you folks come up the road. So if it really is worth some money, there wouldn't be a better time to find that out.
Well, it will need to be appraised, of course, and we do have some indication it's maybe worth quite a great deal. if it is genuine. And of course, we'll have to come up with some sort of way to authenticate ownership.
There aren't any receipts. It was a wedding gift to my grandmother.
Oh, we have a picture.
That's right. Abby, would you go find that old scrapbook, please?
A photo would be great, and then we would just have some forms to be signed by all 3 senders.
What do you mean, all 3?
Well, the box was marked return to sender, and in the case of something so potentially valuable, we would need the signatures of all 3 names on the return address. Peggy, Mary Lou, and Bunny.
We haven't seen Mary Lou for over 2 years.
Mary Lou has quite a way with words.
She wrote a beautiful letter.
Yeah, she did.
If it's not sweet enough, you can put in more sugar. It's just right there.
Thank you.
If you put in too much at first, you can't fix it, but you can always put in more.
That's just the way I make it too.
Peggy! Peggy! Guess what? The mail people found our base.
Huh. So you're saying there's actually someone in Denver with an offer to buy it?
I believe the exact quote was in a New York minute.
Well, then it must be worth something.
If it's authentic and not a reproduction.
An authentic what?
We're not actually sure, but our friend at the museum said it could date back from 1700s.
Wow.
And then there's the matter of ownership.
Well, it's ours. That picture will prove it.
Nevertheless, the return address indicates that the vase was mailed by 3 individuals, so we require a signature from all 3 in order to release it.
Well, I'll sign something.
Bunny, they need you and me and Mary Lou. Leave it to her to complicate things for us, even when she's not here.
Peggy.
Is there a way that we could contact Mary Lou?
Well, she's really busy.
We send emails that never go through. We send letters to a P.O. box that she's never in the country to check. She sends us postcards, fruit baskets. No, she hasn't quite thought to send us an actual address. And even if she did get a letter that we sent her, and even if she stopped following our heart long enough to read it, and even if she did sign your papers, and even if she managed to send it back, I doubt any of that would happen in time for us to sell the vase and get the money so that we could pay our taxes and our bills and save our farmhouse and let our mother die in peace.
I found it.
Ah, could you show it to us?
Maybe inside while the grown-ups are talking.
Oh, wow, that looks old.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Thanks, Bunny. Peggy, our problems are not their problems. They're just trying to help. And for the record, you all followed your heart. You followed your heart, and when your heart got broken, you brought all the pieces back here, and this place put you back together again. Bunny's followed her sweet little heart, even if it only goes as far as the back fence. But she loves the animals and the peace, and it makes her happy. And you do well, Missy, to find a way to make that kind of peace with your sister.
I apologize. It's been a tough, we understand. Okay.
Peggy acts angry, but really she just misses her little sister. They were so close until that vase went missing and things changed. Maybe now. Do you drive a stick shift, Mr. O'Toole?
Oh, well, I'm a bit rusty.
Okay. Yeah? It doesn't kill you right away, but it kills you. And there's no cure. Even if we could find the right doctor and the right treatment to slow it down, sooner or later, the bone marrow just stops making red blood cells. And some fancy, expensive vase isn't going to change that. But if it's true, if we could sell it and postpone the auction, it sure would be nice to be looking at all this when my time comes.
It is a truly beautiful place.
Abby says that Sookie is stubborn, Polly likes to stay in the parlor, and well, Arabelle likes to wander.
It's just who they are. They're all different. Mary Lou always had crazy ideas growing up, and always managed to make them work. That's why it was so hard on her when her biggest dream disappeared in the U.S. mail.
Well, we are so sorry about that.
It made us stronger. And it made Mary Lou determined to prove herself. She went to college. She worked for a newspaper and a radio station. And now she runs around the world following war after war and tells stories about folks who are fighting to survive in a lot worse circumstances than ours.
When was the last time you saw her?
3 Christmases ago. She and Peggy got into an argument about something silly as usual and ended up where things always end up.
What do you want from me? I'm not a farmer, okay?
Yes, well, that is the truth.
You're
If you
just
had been,
jealous.
then maybe you wouldn't have
Oh,
sent
great,
with
we're
the
back to the vase again.
Yes.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. I was a 10-year-old kid. I can't keep coming back here just to be put on trial over and over again. I'm out of here.
And now there's always a reason why she can't make it back here. She's always embedded with some troops in some combat zone somewhere.
Does she even know you've been sick?
I don't know. I don't even know where she is.
So peaceful here.
This is my favorite time of day. When the cows come home from the night, the sun starts to set, the evening comes, and somehow they just know it's time to come home. Someday so will I. I just hope we're all together when I do. I love that one.
Oh, look at that.
There's my grandmother before she enlisted. This is her when she was a baby.
Oh, wow, she's very pretty.
She looks a lot like Mary Lou.
Oh.
Follow certain regulations.
So can you make an exception?
Is that a photo of your father?
I mean, we can prove that the vase is ours, and you have me and Bunny, and that's 2 out of 3 signatures.
Yes, however, the accompanying letter was written by Mary Lou.
This is her when she was
I understand the urgency. This is obviously an unusual set of circumstances, but...
Okay. I get it. But can you help us track down Mary Lou?
Well, from what I hear, Mary Lou could be anywhere in the world right now.
But you found us. You must be good. I've got a card. She's an associate news producer at a news agency in New York. But she's never actually there, but it's a start. Could you just try? Please. Even if it ends up being too late for the auction. The truth is, it might just be enough to bring Mary Lou home. In time for Mom.
Oh, here it is.
Oliver, look.
This is Betty on her wedding day.
Oh.
There she is. There's her husband holding the vase, and their commanding officer who married them, the one who gave them the vase.
Where was that taken?
France. She was stationed in London and Allied headquarters in Paris.
Wow, imagine being in the middle of all that.
She was quite a character. To tell you the truth, I always suspected she exaggerated the value of the vase just to give us some hope. Wouldn't it be something if it turns out she's right?
Yes. Yes, it would. So is that what you needed?
You know, we'll have to compare this vase with the one that we have at the office. Could we take this with us or perhaps get a copy of it?
I have a copier in the back. Perfect.
Here, sweetheart.
Thanks. We need to leave.
Hey! Milk my first cow.
Oh, wow. Aw.
We might have a problem.
I think my dad may be able to help us out with this.
I'll start researching right after dinner. Well, if it's true, this could be really, really serious.
Oh, well, let's not jump to conclusions. 2 and 2 don't always equal 4.
They always have to you.
I'm just trying to think outside the box, or in the picture frame. And when did you learn to drive stick shift?
Hey, listen. You guys hear that?
How many seas must a white dove sail before she can sleep in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Oh, wait.
Bravo!
Oh, welcome to the Flower Power Sing-Along Hour.
Not a lot of help till I get new glasses, so I'm the muse.
Well, it's clearly working.
Wow. Look at this place.
It's coming along, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need your expertise with something. Do you mind?
Sure.
Great song. Rita says that she used to sing that to her imaginary childhood friend, Hudson. Hudson the Invisible Owl.
She told you about Hudson?
Oh, yeah, we tell each other everything. Oh, I brought you some fresh raw milk. Milked it myself. I know you like healthy things. So. Came from a cow named Petula. Yum.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll put it in the fridge.
That was so thoughtful of him. Wasn't it, Bill?
He milked it himself.
Bill?
Well, it's possible.
All we know is that she brought it back from France after the war.
It looks like the same vase. But even if it was a gift, if it comes through this office, you're obligated to confirm what you're delivering.
Regulation 87K, paragraph B. The mail recovery agent must pursue all avenues of identification, restitution, and repatriation.
Armin is very good at rules and regulations.
This is so exciting to be right in the middle of the action.
Normally, I wouldn't share postal business, but frankly, I need some feedback on how best to proceed.
Well, the vase is worth a lot of money, right?
Most likely.
And the people it belongs to really need the money?
Really, really need it.
The question is, does it really belong to them?
Well, when I saw the French flag in the picture, I remembered a course I took in college about the art that went missing during World War II. Some of it was stolen during the German occupation from museums or private homes, and then it was sold or traded or hidden away. Now, some of it has been recovered and returned, but there's a lot of it that's still out there, and people are looking for it. Family heirlooms, old masterpieces.
You think this could be one of those stolen pieces of art?
Well, if it's from Europe after the war, and it's as valuable as we think it could be, then there's a very, very good chance that it belonged to another family that it was taken from.
And who knows what happened to them?
Let's go gas up the Star Cruiser. We're back at it again tomorrow.
You got it.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, Norman, dear.
Night, Daddy.
Good night, sweetie.
Mr. Haywood, don't forget your...
you.
Milk.
Mary Lou's news crew is embedded with an undisclosed combat unit in an undisclosed country, shooting footage for a television news special.
Does she have an undisclosed phone number?
She communicates occasionally through satellite conferencing, but sometimes that doesn't even work.
Oliver, that's not gonna help. The auction is in 3 days.
However, the news director was willing to try another call if I can make it to New York. Miss McInerney, will you book me a flight tonight?
Sure.
If it doesn't fall under the task force budget, I'll cover it with the old Tool Foundation.
You are not gonna believe this.
Mr. Benson says it's at least 200 years old.
And it was probably made for a duke or a prince or a king in Austria.
And then it was probably given to a loyal subject and handed down through the generations to...
To?
Somebody, but it's definitely worth at least a farm and a few years' worth of state and local property taxes.
So he called the collector, who wants to buy it. Ooh, let's go tell my parents.
Oh, okay.
I can book you on a red eye that leaves tonight, and returns
as soon as I'm able.
Oh, you guys have got to see this. Oh, where did Oliver go?
Oh, hold on. Do you mind if I take off and work from home? It's gonna be a long night.
No, no, of course not. We'll be fine. Okay. Good night.
Night.
Say special delivery.
Special delivery!
Hey, I thought we could all meet up for dinner at Ramon's later. I just need to run an errand first.
Oh, let me guess. You're going to stop by the Tip Top Cleaners.
No. But I should run. They close at 5. Joe, will you join us for dinner?
I'd love to, but I have an appointment with my accountant. Rain check?
Sure. Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
You coming, Daddy?
Go ahead, I'll catch up.
Daddy. Look, I know you don't like Norman.
I never said I didn't like him. I don't get him.
Well, you would if you tried. You just don't want to. I mean, ever since you guys got here, all he's done is try to be nice. The errand he's going on right now is to pick up Mom's glasses. He invited you for dinner. I mean, he milked a cow.
He lost your engagement ring. What does that say about a guy? I'm sorry. It's not what I imagined for you.
Well, you want to know what I imagined for me, Daddy? Somebody sweet and kind, generous and unselfish. Somebody who's right there to pitch in and help when you need it. Somebody who thinks that I make sense, no matter what I say. Somebody who doesn't care that I wear glasses because he sees the world the same way I do. And he always tries to find something beautiful in it. He's exactly what I imagined, Daddy. Because I imagined somebody like you.
Forgot my keys.
Did you hear any of that?
Sure did. I'm thinking maybe you're the one who needs the glasses.
Mrs. Haywood, your glasses. I see you are once again a woman of great vision.
Oh, Ramon, you're
So, Ramon, I have a very special table for my little postal family. It will be ready in a few minutes.
So anyway, I looked across the Washington Wall, and there he was, handing a daisy to a National Guardsman. And I just knew.
Well, same with me. It was love at first sight.
Of course, we had a lot of things to work out. The war, Watergate, the Beatles breaking up.
Very hard.
Oh, yeah. And of course, there was a moon landing. I was for, Billy was against.
That's very interesting.
Look, he's a good man, Norman. He's just a sad dad right now.
What do you mean?
He used to be her hero. Now she has two.
Well, I wish Oliver was here. He knows how to handle these things.
So do you.
Well, I don't think he's coming.
He may surprise you.
Or we'll surprise him.
Hey, that was a short dinner.
I canceled it. Huh? Well, see, I wanted us all together for a reason. But Oliver had to leave, and Joe had an appointment, and Shane had it. Anyways, things don't always end up the way we plan. You know, you put all your hope into a vase, and it gets lost in the mail. You put a nail in the wall, and the whole thing falls down. You fall in love with the most amazing woman in the world. You buy her a ring. You put it in your pocket, and it disappears. You think you know what happened. And then one day a light goes on, and you realize that it fell through a hole in your pants and got kicked under the bed, and you find it weeks later in your snow boot.
Oh!
You know, a miracle like that, you want to share with everybody you love over a nice dinner together. But, like I said, sometimes plans change. And I don't think that I can let another minute go by without doing this, so. Rita.
Mm-hmm.
This ring looks like an owl, not just because I know that you like owls, but because owls are beautiful and wise, like you. Smart like you. And they are so brave. It doesn't matter how dark it gets, they just keep flying through the night. Because they can see what nobody else can. And so do you. Probably because someone else who's wise and smart, brave, taught you how. And now I get to fly right alongside you forever. And I am so grateful for that. With this owl ring, I thee engage you.
I love you.
Nice job.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I love you.
I guess if you flew all this way, it must be important.
It is.
Okay, Mr. O'Toole.
If she's on schedule, she should be up in about 30 seconds.
Thank you.
It's a choppy feed, and you only have a few minutes before the satellite passes, so if you could keep it short, that would be great. Here we go. Give me some contrast.
Hey, you guys? You there?
Got you loud and clear, ML. You okay?
Yeah, I got the B-roll you wanted. We're just wrapping up here, and then we're heading stateside.
Check. It's uploading. Coming through now. You got a visitor from the post office.
The what?
The United States Postal Service, Miss Kelzer. It's a long story, but we've located the vase you mailed 18 years ago to a Mr. Sam Benchon in Denver.
You're kidding me.
I'm not. It's in good condition, and it's possibly worth a great deal of money.
Wow. This is like the ultimate do-over. When I was a kid, I messed up big time, and I lost that thing. And I never really forgave myself. I don't think my family did either.
Well, I can't speak for them, but they certainly seemed pleased.
You saw them? How are they?
Miss Kelzer, we need a signed consent to release the vase and return it to you and your family.
Yeah, just send me something in care of the newsroom, and I'll sign it and send it right back.
Unfortunately, we're under an urgent time constraint. And under the circumstances, I can accept a verbal consent if you're amenable.
Amenable? Yeah, I'm amenable. Go for it. And, can you give my mom and my sisters my love? And tell Abby Auntie Moo says hi.
I will.
Thanks.
Miss Kelzer,
Yeah.
I was told that sooner or later, all the Kelzer women follow their hearts back home. If it's at all possible, perhaps you should make that sooner.
Why? What's going on?
Your family is... Your mother is not...
Hello? Hello?
We're out of range.
Do that. Great. Appreciate it.
Well, Interpol, German restitution files, it's all there.
I was hoping I was wrong.
Well, most people wouldn't even have made the connection.
I guess, I don't know. I just think outside the box. Which is a good thing.
Only thing is now you're stuck with the truth.
Yeah. Now we have to find a way to break it to the Kelzers.
You'll find it. You and Oliver. You'll do just fine.
I've forgotten what it looked like.
It's just like that. So, what's next?
Oh, I would like Oliver to be here before we explain that. He should be driving up any minute now.
My future in-laws are picking him up from the airport.
I'm sorry. What does he need to be here to explain?
Well, we have hit a bit of a bump.
The auction is tomorrow. We can't afford a bump.
That'll be Oliver, excuse me.
Kelly, look at this place.
Hi, Norman!
Oh, God.
Oh, my parents want to see the farm.
Oh, God, honey.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's great to see you again, Mr. O'Toole.
It's great to see you all as well. Where might Abby be?
She's on her way home from school.
Mrs. Kelzer, in the course of processing this return, we discovered a little bit about the provenance of this vase.
Well, if that means that it's worth a lot of money, that could really solve everything for us, right?
Well, we had all hoped the vase was worth a great deal of money, and for your sake, it is. However...
We also found out that it's quite rare, and Mr. Ben Sean has an ardent collector of 18th century porcelain who made an offer to acquire it from you once you were to take possession.
Once we were to take possession?
Does that mean you didn't find Mary Lou?
Actually, I did. She's overseas and was unable to sign the intent to deliver form, but she did give me verbal confirmation that she had indeed delivered the vase.
How did she sound?
I saw her, actually, briefly on a video conference call. She has limited communications ability.
How does she look?
Well, the video quality was a bit inconsistent.
Did she ask about us or the farm or anything?
Oh, yes. We didn't have much time to elaborate, but yes.
Okay, so what is the bump?
Well, the vase was created for a member of the Austrian royal family in 1748. And it stayed with that family until it was given, ironically, as a wedding gift to a very prominent political family in Frankfurt, Germany, named Rubel. It remained in the Rubel family's possession for the next 72 years, passed down from father to son until 1939, when the family home and its entire contents were confiscated, and all but one member of the Rubel family disappeared.
My lord.
Yes, that person was Johann Rubel, a teenager at the time who managed to escape to France with nothing but the clothes on his back and a family photograph. After the war, he made his way to the United States. He worked his way through college, he started a family, and he spent his free time searching for his lost relatives. The only record that he found was an inventory of everything taken by the Germans from his childhood home. The vase was part of a shipment intended for the private collection of a German officer in France, but the shipment went missing, and the best guess is that the contents were stolen. So the vase found its way to France, most likely in the black market or a antique shop, and eventually to the American officer and into Betty's hands. I seriously doubt that she had any idea what she really had.
How did you find this out?
When I saw Betty's wedding day picture, a bell went off in my head. It turns out that Johann's grandson had posted a description and the photograph on several internet search registries. When I posted a description of the vase, I was able to find the match, and I contacted him. Mr. Rubel is now in his 80s, and, well, he was very happy.
We thought you might want to see the vase one more time before we have to.
I don't believe this.
I understand this must be a difficult blow, but we are not just required to deliver the mail. We are also responsible for what we deliver.
Isn't there some sort of a way we can fight this? I mean, there has to be a point when you have it for so long, it's yours. I mean, it was a gift to our family. We did not steal this.
No, we didn't. But that doesn't mean it belongs to us. I'd rather lose this farm than lose my soul, Peggy.
I'd imagined you might say that.
We are so very sorry.
Please tell Mr. Rubel it was an honor to have a piece of his family living with us for a while.
I'll tell him. So what do we do now?
We'll get up in the morning and auction off our farm and pay off our bills. And you'll close things up. And I'll take my medicine. And we'll teach Abby how a Kelzer woman lives. And how she leaves.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey.
I love it. Such an elegant paradox. A world of possibility inside a simple frame. So very Shane and Ovalier. It's such a thoughtful gift.
It was Ovalier's idea.
Hey, Ramona, another round of Area 51s, please.
Of course.
Thanks, man.
Excuse me.
Ovalier.
Ovalier.
Area 51, I'll take one of those.
Dad, we can't thank you enough for helping with Rita's parents.
You kidding? A week in a tiny, dusty room singing folk songs with aging hippies. I felt like a kid again.
And you're gonna love what they did with the room. They made it into a lab for Norman.
Really?
It was Bill's idea.
Oh, sadly, though, they weren't able to work in the waterfall of hanging beads.
Oh, well, that is a shame.
Sure is, isn't it?
Thank goodness.
We'll survive.
What is this? It's from your dad.
Oh. Oh. Hudson. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Dad. Look.
Hudson the Invisible Owl?
Well, one day when she was sick, she didn't want Hudson to be invisible anymore, so I went to the toy store and I made him visible. Found him in the attic a couple of weeks ago, and I just thought she should have it so that, well, you know, now you try to teach your kids to love, and then you turn into a jerk when they finally go out in the world and do it. Sorry I was so tough on you.
I'm sorry I blended your wife's bifocals.
It wouldn't have been the first time.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, honey.
So?
So? Oh, got a present for you, too.
You're giving us an RV?
Just sort of like a honeymoon present. We're thinking of getting off the road and settling down around here.
Maybe find ourselves a nice Rocky Mountain geoponic collective. Get back to our roots.
Yeah.
You were farmers?
Oh, yeah, we lived off the land. We grew everything ourselves.
It was compost heaven.
Compost heaven.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin the bidding at $265,000. Hit it at $265,000. Do I have 270? I got 265. I got 270. Do I have 275? 275. I got 275. Do I have 280? Hit it 280. I got 280. Hit it 280. Do I have 300? I got 280. Hit it. I got 300. I got 300. Do I have 310? 310. Thank you, sir. I got 310. Hit it 310. Hit it. Do I have 320? I've got 310. I got 320 over there. 320. Do I have 330? Hit it 330 for the gentleman in the back. I've got 330. Do I have 340? I've got 330. Hit it 330. Do I have 340? 340 from the gentleman in the front. Thank you, sir. I got 340. Hit it. Do a 345. I've got 340. Do I have 345? I've got 340 going once, going twice.
400.
$400,000 from the gentleman in the back. Got $400,000. Do I have 405? $400,000 going once, $400,000 going twice. Sold to the gentleman in the back.
I'm not sure I understand what just happened.
Mrs. Kelzer, you're not just looking at the Dead Letter Office Task Force in the United States Post Office.
We also comprise the executive committee of the Board of Trustees of the O'Toole Foundation.
It is a philanthropic foundation begun with funds given to me by a father I never knew, whose unusual success resulted in a rather remarkable fortune of which I am the custodian.
So you're rich.
Well,
oh yeah.
Mrs. Kelzer, with your permission, of course, the O'Toole Foundation would like to help you put the Kelzer family farm into a living lands conservancy. And this would guarantee, of course, that it could never be sold or developed.
Wow.
Thank you. But what's the catch?
Oh, Peggy. For once, stop being so suspicious.
Well, there is actually a catch. For the farm to stay as it is, it has to remain a sustainable and workable farm and has to expand into an education center that teaches responsible agriculture.
Okay, we have no idea how to teach any of that.
So we found a very interesting and lovely couple who have agreed to build and run the educational center.
They're actually my parents. But they know all sorts of things about experimental farming.
So you're buying the farm, but you're not buying the farm?
exactly. The O'Toole Foundation has assumed all financial responsibility. You are free to live here, well, until the cows come home.
The vase is on its way home, and Mr. Rubel sent you an email.
You came back. I knew you'd come. I was worried about you guys, and I missed my baby sister. I missed you too.
Mama, what's going on?
Everything, but we're okay.
What's this for?
Taking walks around the farm, which I plan to do for a nice, long time. And I plan to take some of those walks with you.
I'm so sorry it took me so long to get home.
Oh, but you did. And it's still here for you.
Hey.
The vase is back.
Yeah, and it's gone again.
What?
We didn't need it. We never needed it. When are you two gonna get that through your heads? We just needed each other.
Nothing beats hard work, happy cows, and hope. Right?
So, what happened?
Oh, wow.
My dear Madam Kelzer, I cannot begin to express my joy when I was informed today of your kind understanding, but I am deeply grateful for your willingness to say goodbye to our family treasure. And I'm so touched to hear that while it was in your care, it was a source of hope and inspiration to you and your children. The return of the vase was a noble and righteous act that shall be blessed. Please be assured that it shall be placed in a proper museum with a letter tracing its extraordinary provenance from a great castle in Austria
to a little farm in America, to remind future generations of a time and a people that must never be forgotten. I shall not forget you, and I send my best wishes to your family. May you cherish every moment you have together for as long as you live. Respectfully, Johann Rubel.
I wish we'd been there when he put that ring on her finger.
Oh, I don't know. I think he just needed to go solo.
Maybe so. But going solo isn't always easy, though.
Are you saying you missed me?
You were only gone for one day, but I did give me some time to think.
About?
Well, like, what one does to go from being a thing to going steady, you know?
I don't know. Are there really going steady rules?
Oh, several. I looked it up. Yeah, pretty serious stuff. Stuff like no hanging picture frames with anybody but me.
I can pretty much guarantee that.
No hanging any bead dividers without prior approval.
I think I can probably live with that.
And when Rita and Norman get married, you have to dance the first dance with me.
I only dance with you.